All right, I'm letting everyone in.
Okay. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm so glad you could be here with us. This is such a special time for me every year to spend this evening with you, and so I'm so appreciative of all of you and to Dan for helping us out with our tech tonight. As folks join in, we're just going to start with a nigun. If you've been with us in the past, you might recognize the melody for the trope for Tisha B'Av. It's a beautiful, beautiful, haunting seasonal melody that we're going to hear woven throughout our service tonight. So as folks join us, I'm just going to sing a few repetitions of it, and I invite you to join in. Yai, dai, 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 dai. Yai, dai, 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 dai. Yai, dai, dai, dai. Yai, dai, dai, dai. Yai, dai, dai, dai. We'll begin by singing these words together. Al Naharot Bavel, by the waters, by the rivers of Babylon. Sham Yashavnu Gam Bachinu, Bezochrenu et Zion. There we sat and we wept when we remembered Zion. Al Naharot Bavel, Al Naharot Bavel, Al Naharot Bavel, Al tonight we'll have this space open for singing together, for chanting the ancient words of Eicha, of the Book of Lamentations, and for holding our grief together as a community in whatever form it is present with you tonight. I think one of the most beautiful things about this observance of Tisha B'Av is that it's our tradition telling us you have this space throughout the generations to open up your grief, to wail together, and to know that you don't have to do it alone. Even if you have been slogging forever by yourself, we have this space tonight to sit in our grief as a community. And we have the words of our ancestors to guide us and to teach us how to do that. And so tonight we'll mingle their words and their memories with our own cries as a community. And we enter sacred time together where it's all happening concurrently. We feel the calamities of the past with almost unbearable closeness, and we feel our own pain as it's almost unbearable. But somehow, because we're doing it together on this night, we're able to move through it together. And so I thank you for joining this space, the sacred space, with all of us tonight. We'll move through five distinct sections that I feel are present in the text of Lamentations. Numbness. You'll notice that the text begins with graphic, disturbing images that our ancestors were eyewitnesses to the destruction of their holy temple, to their exile, their livelihood, their families ripped apart. They're in disbelief. These incredibly difficult images open our prayers tonight, followed by grief, followed by primal wails, and finally by the dawning of something like recognition. What is our role in what we're experiencing? How have we taken actions that have caused harm to our communities and others? And then finally, action. What can we do to take stock, to move forward? And remembrance, holding the memory of those we love together in our hearts. And as we move through each of these stages, I invite all of us to continue to consider the question that I asked on Friday night at Shabbat. I was asking, how do we hold this conflict between owning our actions and knowing how the things we have done can cause real harm and have an impact? And at the same time, how can we forgive and be compassionate to ourselves so that we're not overcome by guilt and overcome by grief? So I invite us to continue meditating on that balance tonight. How can we move through numbness and grief to recognition and action and remembrance while still holding on to compassion for ourselves and for those we love? So as we go through each section of the text, Katie will read in English, and I invite you in your muted square to read along if you'd like. One thing that's really powerful about Tisha B'Av is hearing our overlapping voices praying these words together. So if you would like to read along with us, and if you would find that that would be a good way for you to process, I invite you to read simultaneously. And if it's more meaningful for you to close your eyes or just listen or follow along, I invite you to participate in whatever way feels meaningful to you. And similarly, when I continue to chant the Hebrew, if you would like to hum along or chant the words along, I invite you to do so as well, or simply listen and continue to pray along with us. Numbness.
How does the city sit solitary that was full of people? She has become as a widow. She who was great among the nations, who was a princess among the provinces, is become tributary. She weeps sore in the night, and tears are on her cheeks. Among all her lovers she has none to comfort her. All her friends have dealt treacherously with her. They are become her enemies. Yehudah is gone into captivity because of affliction, and because of great servitude. She dwells among the nations. She finds no rest. All her persecutors overtook her within the straits. The ways of Zion do mourn, because none come to the solemn assembly. All her gates are desolate. Her priests do sigh. Her virgins are sorrowful, and she herself is in bitterness.
We sing together the words Kol ha'olam kulo, the whole world is a narrow bridge, followed by a few moments for silent prayer. Kol ha'olam kulo gesher tzar me'od, gesher tzar me'od, gesher tzar me'od. Kol ha'olam kulo gesher tzar me'od, gesher tzar me'od. V'haikar, v'haikar, lo lefached klal. V'haikar, v'haikar, lo lefached klal. Kol ha'olam kulo gesher tzar me'od, gesher tzar me'od, gesher tzar me'od. Kol ha'olam kulo gesher tzar me'od, gesher tzar me'od. grief.
I am the man who has seen affliction by the rod of his wrath. He has led me and caused me to walk in darkness and not in light. Surely, against me he turns his hand again and again all the day. My flesh and skin has he worn out. He has broken my bones. He has built against me and compassed me with gall and travail. He has made me to dwell in dark places, as those that have been long dead. He has walled me about, that I can't go forth. He has made my chain heavy. Even when I cry and call for help, he shuts out my prayer. He has walled up my ways with hewn stone. He has made my paths crooked.
אני הגבר העוני בשבט עברתו, אותי נהג ויולך חושך ולאור, אך בי ישוב יהפוך ידו כל היום. בילה בשרי ואורי, שיבר עצמותיי, בנה עליו יקף ראש וטלעיו, במחסקים הושיבני כמתי עולם. גדר בעדי ולא אצא, הכביד נחושתי, גם כי אזק ואשבע, סתם תפילתי. גדר דרכי בגזית, נתיבותיי בה. We sing together, Eli, Eli, Shema Koli. My Lord, hear my voice. Followed by silent prayer. Eli, Eli, Shema Koli. Eli, Eli, Shema Koli. Recognition.
Let him sit alone and keep silence, because he has laid it on him. Let him put his mouth in the dust. There may yet be hope. Let him give his cheek to him who strikes him. Let him be filled with reproach. For the Lord will not cast off forever. For though he causes grief, yet he will have compassion according to the multitude of his loving kindness. He does not afflict willingly, nor grieve the children of men. Let us search and examine our ways, and turn back to the Lord. Let us lift up our heart with our hands to the mighty in the heavens. We have transgressed and rebelled. You have not pardoned.
Yeshiv Badad Vidom Kinatai Lolav Yitan Be'afar Pichu Alicia Tikvah Yitan Lemakehu Ilachi Ispa Bechirpa Ki lo yiznach leolam Adonai Ki im hogav richam Karov chasadov Ki lo inam ilibo Vayagev neish Nach pesad rachenu v'nach korah v'nashov ad Adonai Nisa levavenu el kapayim el bashamayim Nachnu pashanu marinu Atalo salachta. We continue with our Shir Tikvah keynote for 5783 with gratitude to all our contributors and to our community for being willing to share all of these really vulnerable parts of yourselves with us tonight, all of the things that we're crying out for and praying for, mingling with the words of our ancestors with our prayers tonight. I miss my father, I cry out for my sons. I miss my loved ones who have passed away. I mourn my husband Stephen and my son Keith. I mourn destruction in Ukraine. I fear for democracy. Our free press, once committed to truth. I fear the next election, that violence will follow. I cry out for the world to wake up to climate change. I fear it is too hard a task. I mourn for the rivers that have dried up. from authoritarianism. I miss talking to my mother, her wisdom and strength. I miss my mama's healing hands on my cheeks when I am sad. I mourn my brother-in-law as his mind slips away. I pray that my mother stays strong. I miss family who are no longer with us. I am hopeful that my cancer treatments will be effective. I cry out for someone who understands me. I mourn for the person I thought I could be. I cry out for comfort for my dear friends who are mortally ill. I fear for the state of Israel. I pray for peace. I pray for everyone. I cry out for peace and respect. I cry out for children who are being abused. I fear the greed of powerful people. I mourn God's creatures, pushed to extinction by capitalism run amok. I mourn for the loss of innocence upon learning hard truths. I pray for return to a social compact. I pray for strength and help through life transitions. I cry out for the safety of trans kids. I mourn the erosion of reproductive rights. I cry for scorched earth and smoky sky. I mourn with friends through heartbreaking loss. I cry out for justice for trans people and people of color. I fear increasing hatred and violence throughout our country. I fear increasing anti-Semitism in our country. I fear increasing political disunity. I fear for the safety of people living with mental illness. I am hopeful that my daughter's generation will heal the world. I am hopeful appreciate and listen to each other. I am hopeful that disruption can lead to new beauty in life. Turn and listen to the grandmother. I pray for respect of people, the planet, and peace. Turn and listen to the birds waking and singing. I am hopeful for next generations who show curiosity with connectedness. Turn and listen to the sounds of nature. I am hopeful when I feel a cool breeze in July. Turn and listen to the hum of insects at nightfall. I am hopeful that the world will keep getting brighter. Turn and listen to the trees and their old wisdom. Action.
The Lord has spent his wrath. He has poured out his fierce anger. He has kindled a fire in Sion, which has devoured the foundations of it. The kings of the earth didn't believe, neither all the inhabitants of the world, that the adversary and the enemy would enter into the gates of Yerushalayim. You, the Lord, abide forever. Your throne is from generation to generation. Why do you forget us forever, and forsake us for the length of days? Bring us back to you, O Lord, and we shall return. Renew our days as of old. For truly you have rejected us, bitterly raged against us. Take us back, O Lord, to yourself, and let us come back. Renew our days as of old.
Ki l'Adonai et hamato, shafach haron apo, v'yatzidish b'tzion, v'tochal yesodoteha. Lo himinu malkei eretz, v'chol yoshvei tevel. Ki avotzar v'hoyiv b'sha'arei Yerushalayim. Ata Adonai leolam tishiv, ki sachal dor vador. Lama lanetzach tishkachinu, ta'azvinu le'orech yamim. Hashivinu Adonai elecha v'nashuva, Chadesh yaminu kekedem. Ki im ma'os me'astanu, kafatzta alinu ad me'od. Hashivinu Adonai elecha v'nashuva, Chadesh yaminu kekedem. One of the great blessings of our tradition is the privileged place of memory, the memory of our loved ones, of our ancestors, and these places in sacred time where we're called to remember them. And so we share in the chat box or in the comments on YouTube, on Facebook, the names of those who we are remembering tonight. Erwin Liebau, Ian Dernhart, Judy Fiennes' mother, Claire Fiennes, whose yahrzeit was last week, Susan Kessler's mother's yahrzeit, Al Levin, Sandy Jo's mother, Toby Malman, and her dad, Jerry Malman. And as those names continue to fill our chat box, we rise in body or in spirit as one community of memory for the mourner's Kaddish. Yit Gadal v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah, ba'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uv'yomechon, uv'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach le'alam u'almei almaya. Yit barach v'yish tabach v'yit pa'ar v'yit romam v'yit naseh. V'yit hadar v'yit haleh v'yit halal shmei dekudesha barichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tush b'chata v'nechemata. Da'amiran be'alma ve'imru amen. Yehi shlama Rabbah min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru amen. If you are standing, I invite you to be seated as we sing together our final song, Oseh Shalom, our prayer for peace. Oseh Shalom bimromav, uyaseh Shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, uyaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, uyaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru amen. May the one who makes peace in the high places bring peace to us and to all Israel and to all who dwell on earth. And we say, Amen. Thank you so much, everyone, for sharing your words and for sharing the space with us tonight. And sending out so much love to all of you as you move out into the rest of your week.